Yo, Mr. 300C in the place to be. I got the shirt and tie. Your boy looking fly. What y'all know about the bars that I get no lie. It's like, nah. I'm a clown and I love it. What's up, y'all? I owe you guys a video. I wanted to discuss briefly about my incident when I got pulled over.
So your boy
So I had my son with me. I was taking him to soccer practice and leaving my neighborhood and going down the hill. And, you know, I accelerate a little bit, so making the Hemi get loud and purr a little bit. And my radar detector goes off, but I didn't see any cops or anything behind me or anything like that. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. So while I'm driving, like, traffic comes up, and this is like less than 3 to 4 seconds. This is like a short thing. So I look in my mirror and I see like police lights flashing like way behind me, and like cars are pulling over. So obviously I see it coming, and so I'm like, oh, let me just pull over to the side so the cop can go through and, you know, go where they gotta go. There was a car behind me, so the cop comes and then he stops in like the middle of the 2-lane street. So everyone stopped, and I'm like, okay, why are you stopped? You can go around. So he gets on his speaker and he's all like,
you can pull over on the side right here, you can move up, or something along those lines, right?
I was like, oh, he's trying to get me. So I pull over. My son's like,
Dad, what's happening? Did you get pulled over? What's going on?
You know, my son's 10 years old, sitting in the front seat with me. So I put my windows down, and I told him not to worry about it, just be calm. And it's cold outside too. I'm just like, oh, it's so cold. And, you know, I left the car running. So the police walks over to the passenger side. He's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, how are you? He's like, do you know how fast you were going? I was like, 45 miles an hour. I mean, I know I stepped on my gas and my exhaust system makes my car louder, so it looks like I'm going really fast, but it's just the sound, you know. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, well, I got you going 75 over. Well, I got you going 75 miles an hour. And I'm like, okay, speed limit's 50. Well, speed limit's 45. You caught me going 75 miles an hour, which I don't agree with because you weren't directly behind me. You're up on the hill. I'm already going downhill, and there's traffic in front of me. So it was literally like 3 to 4 seconds that I accelerated. I'm thinking he went like 75 miles an hour to catch up to me, and then him saying like, that's how fast I was going, which I don't think that's true, because he wasn't directly behind me. My radar did go off because he was in the vicinity. But anyway, I didn't fight with him. I was like, oh, really? I was like, that's kind of interesting. I was like, because again, there's traffic right here. There's a light here. Like, I'm going downhill. I was like, if I did go faster than that, like, I'm sorry, you know, I'm late to go take my son to soccer practice, which I was. There's a lot of traffic. So he's like, oh, let me see your license or whatever. So I gave him my license. He went back, and my son's like,
Are you gonna get in trouble? Are you gonna go to jail?
you know, all these different things. I'm like, nah, you good, Damon. Don't worry about it. It's all good. So when he comes back, and he's like, you know, he's like, I'm gonna give you a warning. I shouldn't though, because you're going 75 miles an hour. He's like, just slow down. He looked mad tired too. He looked like he was just trying to go home, and he ran into me. And his eyes were heavy, and he was calm. And I'm like, man, this dude looks like he been working that late shift, bruh. And then he asked me, he's like, so how long have you had this car? And I was like, you know, I got it last year in August. And I thought he was gonna ask me more questions about it, but he didn't. And then he looks at me and he goes, he's like, I'm not even gonna write you up for your window tint for it being too dark. I'm not even gonna worry about that. He's like, just slow down next time. And I'm like, oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And I'm thinking like, man, I already put the front windows all the way down, so he didn't see them. In Utah, like, the passenger rear and, you know, the rear window can be dark as you want, but obviously the front passenger and the front driver window have to be a certain percentage. I don't know if it's like 46%, some number, I don't know. But I'm like, I had it down when he came here, so maybe he saw me before with my tinted windows when he was trying to catch up to me, or maybe he just assumed it was dark compared to the other ones. I don't know. So he gave me 2 passes apparently. So then we left to go on our way, and that was it. So no ticket for your boy, no points, no nothing, and we are all good. So thank goodness for that. But that's what happened on my story. Let me know if you got any questions. Mr. 300C is out. Peace.